Welcome Cancer and Cancer Cross Watchers to your mini weekly love reading. So I hope you guys have had a great weekend and that your week is shaping up nicely. And of course, thank you for, stopping by my channel today. So we're going to get a card for you, a card for your person, and a card for the situation between you. So we have the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles on your end here, Cancer. Sorry, one second. It feels like, it feels like you kind of are under the impression that you have to choose between, it's like between love and money. Can we get and what's going on between them? Because your person has the Four of Wands reversed. Sorry, one second, Cancer. Sorry about that, Cancer. So, the cards were saying that it feels like you seem to feel like you have to make a decision between these two, and I feel like your person over here, I really don't feel like there being a whole lot of much help, if you will. The Four of Wands upright talks about celebration. It can often be like the 11-11 card, right? But it's reversed. So I almost want to say I feel like your person isn't giving you anything to work with. They may be... Hold on for a second. I feel like you're kind of looking at a decision, and I feel like you want both of these options seem to feel like they are something that will make you feel really good, like feel that loving feeling sort of thing. And for whatever reason, it's like your person is just in a totally different headspace. It's almost like you're picking out flowers and napkins for a wedding, and your person, it's like, let's say the person you're marrying, you know, they're picking out a tombstone or something. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a very, very different energy. And of course, that's not to say that the two of you are going to get married or anything like that, okay? It's just the difference in your energies right now. Okay. What's going on with this person? Actually, you know what? Where was the situation between the two of them? Where was the situation between the two of them? Ah! Okay, sorry. Eight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune reversed, and then we have the Four of Cups and the Three of Wands. So, I feel like someone saw a situation in a certain type of light, and it feels like somebody messed up here. I feel like someone was supposed to put something together really well, and it seems to have not only fallen flat, but it's almost like it's starting to rot from the inside. And it seems to feel like it's really out of reach for somebody here. It feels like every time that progress is made, it's almost like, let's say someone's coloring a picture in a coloring book, and it's like, and they start to, you know, get to where they have like, let's say 30% or 40% of it done, and it's like, and then one mess up, and they scribble over the whole page, and they start again. You know what I mean? And they just keep turning the page and turning the page and turning the page and never really getting to finish anything. And I actually kind of feel here that somebody feels cheated. They seem to feel that, hold on for a second. I'm just kind of getting that there's a rat here, and I'm somebody who is not really the best person to be around. But I'm trying to figure out what that is. So one second here. What's this rat? I feel like someone isn't telling the truth here. Someone is deliberately holding a secret back because they want a certain result. And it's like they're going to hold that back as long as they have to. It's almost the energy of somebody who, let's say, for example, somebody has wanted to date you for a while, right? And so they feel like they finally have a chance. But you don't know that they just, that either they dated or they just slept with your friend who, you know what I mean? It's like they just did something that would kind of preclude them from being with you. But they kind of, it's like it's marring this experience for them, but I feel like they don't really have any intention of telling you. I feel like there seems to be something that's kind of, I want to say, stopping the flow of passion here, and not just, physical chemistry kind of passion. It just feels like you might see that it's almost like this person is acting from a place of something spoiled before it began. Can you clarify on this person, please? What's going on with this person? What's going on with this person? Six of Cups, the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this person is kind of caught up in, I want to say they're caught up in their feelings, but it's not quite that. It's like they're caught up in some sort of situation from the past. I feel like it's one that, and it may not be even the same people, but it's the same, sorry, I'm just realizing you can't see that, but it's the same type of situation that always trips them up. You know what I mean? It feels like it's a consistent, it's like, it's something that when it comes in for this person, it's a consistent draw. You know what I mean? It's that kind of like, it's a vice that gets them every time sort of thing. And I feel like this person is, it's like they're really hoping that it's not going to ruin this. But it's like maybe this has ruined things before for them. So it's like they're looking at it like, well, they're hoping that it won't, but why wouldn't it? So how does Cancer figure into all of this? What is going on? Oh, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee here, one second. So it feels to this person that you're a blessing that's come too soon, like they're not ready. And it's almost like they feel they haven't done enough. They haven't built enough. It doesn't feel necessarily that they feel that they're not enough for you. It just feels like they should have done more. It's almost that energy of like, let's say you've known all day someone's coming over to your house. And it's like, and it's in that last hour that you run around trying to clean everything. And then they get there and it's like, oh, there's things that you wanted to do that you just kind of couldn't get around to. It's that kind of an energy. I mean, obviously it would be to a different degree in this situation, but just to kind of capture it, it feels like they weren't ready. They seem to feel like they didn't do the work that they needed to. What's best case scenario here? What's worst case scenario? Hold on, one of the cards fell on the floor. Holy cow. So best case scenario is the Eight of Swords. So for that to be the best case scenario, it actually feels like the best thing to happen here is that, believe it or not, everything comes out. You know what I mean? It's like this person may be feeling like they're holding back a secret, and then it's like all of a sudden they just can't take it anymore and they blurt it out. And I feel like that's kind of the best case scenario is that I almost want to say, there's Judgment again. that this person kind of goes internal. And I feel like what's absolutely gorgeous here is that I actually kind of feel like if for whatever reason things don't work out with this person, or at least they don't work out now, I'm going to be straight with you here, Cancer. So number one, if things don't work out with this person, I actually feel like because you have another option, and now it may not be another person, right? But it's like because you were making a choice between love and money or love and prosperity, and it's like and love kind of ends up being something that's maybe it's like a forbidden love for right now kind of thing. It's like, well, you still have this other thing that also is pretty amazing. And so how do you factor into all of this? Cancer, I feel like you're kind of it's almost like a little bit of a shining star in a sea of dark right now. And I feel like there's a message here that it's really important to listen to your inner voice right now. I feel like it's going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. I feel like it's going to dampen some emotions that you're having here. And I feel like best case scenario is that this person kind of goes into the chrysalis and becomes a butterfly from a caterpillar, right? It just kind of feels like either you have already broken out of your chrysalis or you're on your way to doing so, right? So it's like you're kind of at different stages. And then what's the worst case scenario? We have Judgment, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant. So the High Priestess and the Hierophant are kind of the spiritual version of the Empress, Emperor, right? And with Judgment here, I feel like the worst case scenario is I'm hesitating because I don't really want to say this. The worst case scenario is that the two of you are, hold on for a second. I feel like if you got into a connection right now, and again, this isn't telling you to do that or not do that, I feel like eventually this person would feel like they have to really fight for your attention. I feel like they make jokes that are really inappropriate. And it's like they think they're funny, but you're not impressed. And they seem to, it's almost the energy of someone that has been around people that laughed at every joke they told. Even either when they weren't funny or they were wildly inappropriate. You know what I mean? It's like they tell jokes about topics that are just like not okay. And I kind of feel here that it's like, regardless of the fact that this may be a good, or, you know, that it may be a soul tie or a soul connection, I actually feel that if the two of you got together now, that you would eventually be very unhappy. It feels like it's one of those things where it's like you would get more and more unhappy, more and more reserved, more and more unimpressed. And it's like the harder they try to impress you, the less impressed you are. It feels like it's one of those really heartbreaking situations where people who were really crazy about each other at one time, it's like it's deteriorated. And I actually feel like you would end up really breaking this person's heart. And not because you're being a jerk or anything, but it feels like it's because it wouldn't be fulfilling to you right now. And I feel like you have already experienced some, not warnings necessarily, but it's like there's been crossed wires, or it's like there seems to be synchronistic events that I almost want to say, it's like if you didn't know any better, you would think the divine is keeping the two of you apart. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is. It just feels like that may be a sign. I feel like it's something that you do really want to explore with this person. It just kind of feels like they may feel like they have this secret the golden ticket to life. But it's almost like they're so busy telling everyone about it, it's rusting before they can get to use it. So I feel like we're going to pull a card for some advice, and then I will close out the read here. Can we get some advice for Cancer? Advice. What's the advice here? Two of Pentacles. Funny that it's the butterfly, right? So Cancer, I feel with this one that it's like the best thing that you can do here. I mean, obviously this talks about what kind of weighing your options. I feel like it's important that you give each like if you're considering different things, I feel like it's important that you give each element, each concept, idea, opportunity its due when it comes to truly considering it, because I feel like if you allow yourself to take into consideration all of the smaller intricacies of those opportunities, it's like it's either going to point you in the right direction, or it's going to make you more confident about your choice, because you're going to see more that's leading you to make the decision that your intuition is telling you to, right? I do feel, Cancer, that you may be feeling, this might sound strange, okay? I almost feel that there's something about the situation that makes you feel like you are unattractive, that you're a little bit bland, that it's almost like that maybe your external projection doesn't, it's like that there isn't anything special about it. And not that that's actually the case. It just feels like there's something here that for a moment in time makes you feel plain and ordinary. And I feel like it doesn't last, certainly, but it does feel, hold on for a second. It doesn't really feel like you're going to get much help from anybody to come out of that energy. Yeah, right? Oh, it's like we have the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Well, it's something that you'll have to put the work into to get out of. Or not get out of, to heal, I guess you could say. Because I feel like it's almost, okay. Let's say, for example, you're working on a project, and it's like there's details about that project that need to be done, but it's like it's kind of like the piddly little things, you know what I mean? I feel like the message here is it's like in doing those, piddly little things that maybe don't seem important, I actually feel like that seems to be where you start to feel your shine again. And I feel like that seems to be how you come to this King of Pentacles energy. It feels like when you put the work into even all those small details, it almost feels like it's a cloak of protection. You know what I mean? It's like people kind of can't get inside you and hurt you. Because you actually seem to have a certain level of confidence that I almost want to say like most people might never reach. It's like a confidence in yourself, in your capabilities. It's like, it's almost the energy of experiencing may not be the actual situation, right? But it's like experiencing such a deep, deep loss that coming back from it, it's like people can't stress you out anymore, because you've been through so much and have come back from it, that it's almost like an unshakable faith in yourself. So I think I'll leave it there, Cancer. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. I hope that it brought you some clarity. I wish you and your person all the very best. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Much love. Bye.